Yo, what is up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome back to another video. We are back in action as Edra Jason. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the first part of his name correctly, so we're going to call him Jason. Is making a legend push with a Pelipper team in the Ultra League. Pelipper, we know, has always been quite strong since its introduction, and then, of course, the wing attack buff this season gave Pelipper even a better time in the Go Battle League. Just generates energy so quickly, spams off those weather balls so fast, and paired with Machamp and A9, I thought this was a pretty fun team. And we see the Champ just kind of hard countering the Lapras, forcing Charizard to have to expend energy to take it out. And now Pelipper gonna land a weather ball that really chunks. Can probably afford to take a move here. Even a Blast Burn wouldn't do all that much. Dragon Claw just chips a little bit. This is kind of bad, though. Aurora's in the back. This is not good. I don't even know what you do here. Just going to put it all on Pelipper, maybe? Oh, and they bait. Calls the bait. I don't think that's the correct play for the opponent because you outpace Ninetales anyway. Meteor Beam is slightly cheaper than Dazzling Gleam, and you started ahead. So I think the bait's a bit of a misplay. I like the no shield. Boom, there's the Meteor Beam. And now Pelipper has a lot of work to do. You got to start shielding weather balls, unfortunately. But it's going to need 2 weather balls to knock out this Aurorus. And then 1 weather ball to land on the Charizard. Going to get off another weather ball here. Does the opponent commit their final Protect shield? They do. They're going to get off a weather ball here. You have to shield. Does the Charizard have energy? That's another question. Does the Charizard have energy? So going to over-farm. They catch. Do you have to undercharge this? Yeah. Going to undercharge it. There's no way. Does he win this game? Oh my god. Oh my god. The perfect undercharge. Comes out with the weather ball. Bro. Jason. You're cracked, dude. Holy crap. What a win. What a game to start the video on a Monday. Jeez Louise. I don't know if the audience was ready for that, Jason. That's how you open up a video, bro. The perfect undercharge. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Whew. Let's go. Tough lead into the Galv. Gonna save swap A9, and it appears they don't have a hard punish, so they're gonna stay in with Galv. What are they gonna throw here? Discharge, okay. Galvantula's love to lunge, so this guy actually went for the discharge, which would do more damage. In comes Swampert, and this is Ultra League, so can take these weather balls a little bit better. The Ice Fox spamming off these moves. Hydro should KO from here, but it looks like Jason is just content letting it go down because he knows he can get a big farm with Peli. And all this energy, dude, is not going to be comfortable at all for Galv. And this is one really nice thing to Pelipper is you really hard punish Swampert. Also, that flying water typing plus Pelipper's moveset is really nice because you beat... you're a water type that also can beat grass types because of that flying typing, which makes it a tough Pokemon to deal with. Gonna hard swap Machamp. Has to make a decision here whether he wants to shield or not. Lets it go, and it is a lunge. So nice job calling the bait. They're staying in, potentially weak to Machamp in the back. Going for the Rock Slide, safer play. You either get the last shield or you take out the Galv. Gets the last shield. Galv has to throw here. Oh, could have gotten off the Rock Slide, settled for Cross Chop. Hopefully this does enough. I don't know if it KOs. It doesn't. Oh, so Galv's going to get off a debuffing lunge. But if they are weak to Peli in the back, could still have a chance here. It's a Wall Rain, and yeah, because of the debuff, don't think he was going to be able to win that. Very annoying because it's easier for us, right, watching. But if he had clicked the Rock Slide instead of the Cross Chop, he would have got off like 1 counter of damage maybe on Wall Rain. And then non-debuffed, maybe Pelipper can do enough there. But it's all good in the hood. Interesting lead here. Inadequate slows this matchup. This is Ultra League, though, so I'm not sure if this changes Because G-Fisk can tank 2 Weather Balls pretty comfortably, it looks like. And can Pelipper tank 2 Rock Slides? I'm not sure. I am not sure. Another Weather Ball lands. Let's see how much this Rock Slide does, if it puts Pelly into the yellow or not. And it does, so yeah. So it looks like this matchup is a little bit better for G-Fisk in Ultra League than it is in Great League. Pelly going to commit a shield here. And going to make sure to throw that Weather Ball before the 3rd Rock Slide comes through. Weather Ball grabs a shield. The concern here is Machamp might not have much play in the back with a G-Fisk lead. You'd think they'd have some counter coverage. Throws on what looked to be CMP there. Opponent has to make the decision. They're going to let it go, take the shield advantage. In comes a Gallade. Oh my god. Okay. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like that might have been bad timing. Has to come in with Ninetales. Close combat here is going to be devastating. But A9 can hang on. Oh, they Leaf Blade. Interesting. Well, that's really helpful. I think a close combat and dip might have been better, but maybe they're weak to Ninetales in the back. That's probably the most logical explanation. And yes, it's a Venusaur. So, gonna potentially go for double Weather Ball here. Loses CMP. But, here's the thing. Machamp wins CMP against Venu. So you can do like 6 and throw Cross Chop. Gonna just throw right away. Doesn't want to take the damage. And unless this Gallade gets off a close combat, should be good. Let's see what this move is. Even a close combat probably won't quite KO. It is a close combat. Oh my god, dude. What the heck? Machamp hangs on with 1 HP and beats the Gallade. If we go back there, I could be wrong. But I think Gallade could have done 1 confusion and then thrown. Let's see. Because they threw right away. Probably not, actually. Gallade probably doesn't live 2 counters from that range. Probably doesn't live 2 counters. But we see it did live the 1 counter even with the harsh debuff. So even with the harsh debuff, it did take a second counter. So actually, maybe Gallade does live 2 counters there. It's close. It's close. Very close. Wow, what a game. Was that game 1 and game 3 just absolutely insane? Well, let's keep on going. Starting to approach that legend 3,000 mark. Going up against a fellow legend pusher and a decent lead here against Komodo. They are going to swap in Ampharos, which has become a more popular safe swap in the Ultra League because of its brutal swing coverage. Because even against like Trevenant now, it has some really solid play. Gonna respect a Thunder Punch here. Oh, Brutal Swing. Wow, so they're probably running like Brutal Swing. Oh, are they just being clever here? Okay. So, nice recognition that he could completely farm down that. That's really nice. In comes Tentacruel. Okay, Tentacruel's a little awkward for his team. Doesn't have like a hard answer to it. And the backline's pretty weak. But the lead... Oh, the lead was a Komodo, so he's fine here. Because Pelipper should be able to clean up Squidward. Just going to go straight Weather Ball. I guess it's the safer play. And then as long as you just take out Squidward with Pelly and then save Ninetales for Komodo, you should be good. Opponent might even swap out here after the Sludge Wave. Oh, this is a little awkward. But a lot... Oh, catches. Okay. But Squidward's low. So you just have to make sure you come out of this matchup here with residual energy. I would even potentially let them close combat you. And you might even be able to like fully farm down here after they close combat. Come out with a Gleam. Oh, interesting. Okay. I guess feels like the Squidward is low enough that he can get away with just Weather Balling. Makes sense. It is quite low. I was just being over paranoid, I guess. Little sketchy, though, here. Little sketchy. What move is this? Scald? Ow. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I think maybe just didn't anticipate that Tentacruel is going to live the Weather Ball there. I think if you farm quite a bit more, I don't know if Komodo is reaching another close combat there. I think it probably falls short. And then you can simply Dazzling Gleam the Squidward. Sorry, I said Squidward a lot of times there. Tentacruel, in case that was bothering any of you watching. But yeah, once again, easier for us watching from afar than when you're mid-battle. CMP's on the Brave Bird in this matchup, which is really nice. Allows him to win it quite comfortably. Because it doesn't allow the Pidgeot to like Brave Bird and then dip out when you CMP. Gonna commit to the Gleam. Opponent recognizes it and is gonna go for the Power-Up Punch. Nicely played by the opponent there. You come in Machamp here because the Pelipper had the positive lead, and yeah, that's a GG. That is a G to the G. Next battle. Here we go. Jason just rattling off the wins. I just reached for my phone in my pocket, and it's not there. So hopefully I didn't lose my phone. I'm sure it's somewhere around. Our generation, man. We're so attached to our phones. Especially us Pokemon Go players. It's like, where's my phone? It's not in my pocket. I wonder where it is. But we have a fellow Tarantula on the field against the Fox. Foxes beat Tarantulas typically. As you would probably presume would happen in the wild. Makes sense. Now a Fox against a Walrus. This is more awkward. Two Pokemon with far different environments. They probably don't encounter each other. Has a Fox ever encountered a Walrus? Probably not. Except in like maybe zoo scenarios. Weather Ball coming through. Risky bait, but actually gets the shield. I think you live an Icicle Spear here. I think you tank it. You tank it and you get to the Gleam. This is massive. Massive tank. Gets both shields. Aggressively swaps Champ. Gonna let this go. Just a spear does less than half. Oh, and gets to the Rock Slide before Galv gets to a move. Let's see what's in back. Maybe they had no choice but to swap Galv, but I don't think you can... make that swap knowing the energy on Machamp. It's a Scrafty, okay, so makes sense. Probably still had the swap the Scrafty, which would be really bad as well. But I think that was the play, actually. I think the play was to swap the Scrafty and then hope Galv can clean up. But even if you did that, I think you probably lose. So really well played by Jason. Opponent was kind of in a tough spot. Excuse me. And that secondary matchup, the Ninetales swap was just really awkward for him to deal with, right? Because he had a Galv. I think the better play would maybe be lunging the Ninetales and then going Wall Rain, or just go Wall Rain right away. Because I would think Wall Rain beats Ninetales, mostly just because Powder Snow is single resisted one way and double resisted the other way. Positive lead. Anticipates the swap, so retains the energy, which is really nice. And going to come in here with Machamp. We've seen this sort of situation a few times where they lure out the Machamp and they have energy loaded with Charizard. I love the counting here from Jason, throwing on Charge Move priority. Takes out the Wall Range. Charizard has to... Oh, Trev comes in. Interesting. Trev going to tank the Rock Slide and go for a big farm down, but this looks pretty RPS. Unless the opponent can somehow dance around. If you're Jason, you got to anticipate the combo play here. And it does anticipate the combo play. Opponent did do one wing attack, which kind of gave him a chance. And now he should be in a really good spot here. Yeah, Ultra League's kind of nice, man, for the Pelipper, because can tank that Blast Burn a lot more comfortably than Great League. In Great League, that Blast Burn would probably do well over half. And then the wing attacks would threaten immediately. Gonna get off this Weather Ball right away, nothing fancy. Should nearly take out the Charizard. Yep, nearly does. Lives with 1 HP, but you can actually afford to let it go now, since one fast move will take out the Charizard anyway. And Ninetales, Powder Snow's down. Opponent knows what's up, and they top left. Nice win for Mr. Jason. And we keep on going. Oh, yo, playing BDR, fellow content creator. Pelipper versus A9. Pretty neutral matchup here. I wonder if he bothers going for like Hurricane here or if he just goes straight Weather Ball. Gonna tank the Ice Weather Ball, going for a Weather Ball of his own. Does the opponent try to shield a Hurricane here? They do not. Makes sense. A9's pretty bulky in Ultra League. So even if it was a Hurricane, could live. Now it would KO and lands it. Wow. Ninetales got a little greedy there, in my opinion, because they had well over a Weather Ball. They probably had about 2, or maybe like 1 shy of 2 Weather Balls there. And they didn't bother throwing. So a bit greedy by the opponent. And now Sirfetch'd. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Sirfetch'd has a lot of energy, but had to take a lot of damage. And now what does he think's going to be in back? He's going to come in with Champ. Unfortunately, he lags a turn upon entering, so he only gets 1 counter here. Might just double shield. Sometimes if you don't know what's in back, just having 2 Pokemon's better than 1. And I think this works out because Machamp's going to be able to land a cross chop because I think it lives a Hydro from a normal Swampert. Went for the catch. Makes sense. Machamp is 1 short of Chop. Swampert goes for EQ. It's probably the right play. Going for a Weather Ball here. This will put Swampert into cross chop range. So Swampert has to double up here. The only win con is to double up, but they also have to throw before the Weather Ball. So they farm with the max energy they can, and they don't quite have double as another CMP. Oh, man. If the switch timer was up, that might have actually been Swampert's win con, was to make the catch, but I'm not sure if the switch timer was up there. Great game. Opponent did pretty well for a relatively tough situation when that Hurricane landed. I guess the back lines were pretty neutral. Whole teams were pretty neutral. Those are usually the most fun games. Lots of neutral play, swaps, energy management. Kind of the opposite of Bastiodon Double Grass or like Double Charm. I have a confession to make if you guys are watching this video. I got home from a trip this weekend and I ran Double Charm for 1 game. I literally had like 2 hours to do my Go Battle Day battles. I locked in Double Charm, sitting on my couch, and I won. I hard countered the opponent, and I immediately got a DM berating me. That's an exaggeration. But a very nice and very talented battler sent me a message telling me how bad it was that I was running Double Charm. And I was like, bro, I literally just got home from a long trip. Oh my gosh. It's the blessing and the curse, right? Of being a content creator in this community. I am really appreciative for all the support I get from you guys, and the interactions is super cool and means a lot, and oftentimes makes my day. But it's like I can't even do 1 battle with a toxic team, otherwise I get exposed. Rise is toxic now. Anyway, in a pretty good spot here. Overfarms quite a bit on the Snorlax, and now has this energy to threaten Dragonite. Dragonite has to shield this. This would KO. What's Dragonite gonna do? They're gonna shield it. Does Champ get to a cross chop? Not quite. And has all this energy banked. And this is brutal for Stunfisk because you can't mudshot this down even from this low health. I don't think you can mudshot it down. So Stunfisk is going to have to throw here eventually. Oh, man. And the Weather Balls are flying. It's a cool climate. And here's a refresher, G-Fisk. Throwing the Rock Slide here. I think the shield makes sense to get off this Weather Ball, because you still have a very, very healthy A9. for the low health Dragonite. I think Dragonite's low. Yeah, like kind of low. And this is just so over. Dragonite needs like, I don't know, Flash Cannon to win this. But that doesn't exist. So we're going to have to settle for double superpower. And it's just not quite enough. Not quite enough. Well played. And we move on to the next one. By the way, Best Buddy Hundo Pelipper. I should probably have added the Best Buddy ribbon to the graphic. That's my bad. My bad. Level 51. This ain't your typical level 50 Hundo Pelipper. This guy's a Best Buddy. He's been hanging out, keeping his trainer company. Another Pelipper G-Fisk matchup. Opponent gonna stay in, knowing that they probably win like the zeros and the ones. Because as we've seen before, G-Fisk can tank 2 Weather Balls. And Pelipper can't really tank 2 Rock Slides here. You know, this is probably also where, like, Best Buddy might matter for G-Fisk. Because if this G-Fisk is, like, slightly under leveled, I wonder if the Rock Slide does a little bit less. And then maybe Pelipper can tank 2. I don't know. Pelipper commits a shield. Gonna CMP here. It's probably important to win this matchup. And you're seeing it right here. Because once again, if gets off the Hurricane. This should draw a shield if the opponent was counting. And nice counting. Has a hard punish here for the Dragonite. And unless there's some sort of core breaker in the back, which I can't think of too many things that would core break these two. Gallade comes in, which is definitely uncomfortable. Because he's going to have to stay in here. And if Gallade does enough damage, Machamp could have a tough time. You kind of have to shield here. Maybe do like 1 Powder Snow and throw. Yeah, makes sense. Gallade might shield this, because this is still uncomfortable for Dragonite to clean up. Oh, interesting. Dragonite has to throw. Claw might not even be enough. Oh, man, that's brutal. And now you just go for fast moves. Tough. Yeah, opponent probably should have shielded the Gallade, because it looked like they might have been able to Confusion down. I could be wrong. Before another Weather Ball. Would have been close. Definitely a weird situation for them. But you saw how much switch advantage mattered there, because if he's unable to get switch advantage with Peli, it's Ninetales on Gallade and Machamp on Dragonite, which isn't necessarily the end of the world, but it's definitely a lot less comfortable. In a very good matchup here against the Escavalier, I would have to presume the opponent is double weak to this Pelipper because they're staying in. Lands the Mega Horn and going straight for that Hurricane, anticipating they're not going to shield. Comes in Gyarados, and this makes sense. Just stay in, let it go down. A nice judgment call that you don't need to preserve this since you have such a hard response to the Gyarados here. They're farming up a ton. It makes me worried of like a Hydro Pump. That's probably just an Aqua Tail. Oh, it's a Hydro Pump. Okay. Oh, and there's a Gengar. Oh, no. This is scary now. This is scary now. Oh, man. You have to get this shield, I think, to have a chance. You have to get the shield and then land the Rock Slide. Yikes. Yeah. Wasn't going to live that Shadow Claw. Do you call the punch here? Do you call the punch? Yeah, nice call. But is the opponent going to catch? I feel like the opponent's switch timer is probably up at this point. So they can probably catch here. Oh, nice. He waited a turn. It looked like he waited a turn for the Shadow Claw animation. Rock Slide, does it KO? It does. And one counter takes out Gary. Wow. What a game. The Hydro Pump definitely made things very interesting there. Not going to say I called it, but your boy kind of called it. I'd say I call those type of things correctly at least like 40% of the time. Mirror match in terms of flappy flyers, wing attack users. This is really awkward, though. I'm not a fan of facing Pidgeots because you never know if they're going to Feather Dance or Brave Bird. They Brave Bird. That does a lot of damage. What the heck? They swap a Swampert into a Pelipper. Potentially could have just stayed in there because you're not getting Mudshot down. So could have potentially spammed off several Weather Balls, but perhaps wanted to keep it. And because of the flyer lead from the opponent, I think Machamp could be really good in the back. Oh, lives! That's huge. Lives the Hydro. I think Swampert lives this Weather Ball. Yeah. But now you wing attack down. You've got 1,500,000 energy. Ooh, a little risky here. Hopefully he lives that wing attack that went through. Yeah, he should. But this is bad now. Because now he can Feather Dance Machamp. Now he can Feather Dance Machamp. And Machamp's your last Pokemon. So this is really bad. Because unless it's like a Registeel, you're in a bad spot. Prayers, chat. Prayers, comments. Please be a Registeel. Be a Registeel. It's a Scrafty, okay. That's not... That might still be possible. Already has 2 Cross Chops loaded. Oh, man. This is going to be close. I think Scrafty just barely edges this one out. Oh, man. Yeah, the dang Feather Dance debuff. Scrafty's going to live this. And going to be able to counter down the Machamp. Tough. Probably was better off. It's a lot easier, once again, said from our perspective than the trainer battling, but probably better off just staying in with Pelly against Swampert and at least getting off that energy right away. Would have made the opponent's life a little bit more uncomfortable. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really awesome battles from Jason. Thanks so much, man, for the submission. And I think I totally missed the climax of the story there. Was hitting Legend with the Pelipper. Bang! 3028. Let's go. And he did send me this video like at least a week ago, so maybe longer. So this is I don't want to be... Jason might be in the comments like, Rise, I didn't just hit Legend. I've been Legend for like 2.5 weeks, so he's been Legend for like 2.5 weeks, guys. So just wanted to make that clear. But awesome battles nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.